What's up, guys? Tugi here, back again. This is a nation united with Team Sweden, and in this episode, we finish up our first season with the Stockholm Kings. We have 21 games to go. We are currently outside the playoff structure, at least 6 points out for one of the top 3 spots. But the plan isn't exactly to make the playoffs. In the last episode, we sold, and that's pretty much all we're going to do as far as trading goes. The best option certainly seems to be rebuilding through the draft. Now, in saying that, it's not a gigantic, like, full-on rebuild, full-on fire sale. We're still in a decent spot. You know, we have Robin Lehner, who should be a good goaltender for us in the future. Linus Ullmark will hopefully be a decent backup. Same with Højbjerg. Adam Werner, who knows what he becomes. He's still, like, glitched out. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't. He's a 78 overall. He's actually better than Højbjerg. I don't understand it. What did he start the season at? You know what? I'm going to go look really quick before I finish even going through the rest of the team, because he was the backup to Højbjerg, who hasn't gone up in overall points, but Werner's all of a sudden a 78. So let me take a look at the progress report here, a menu that I haven't gone to a whole hell of a lot. Let's go to the system. Goalies. He's gone up 16 fucking points. He started at a 60. And is at a 78 currently, is a legitimate 77, apparently. What the hell? And I thought Matt Spencer's development and rebuilding Hockeytown was insane. That is insane. He's only played 1 game. So that could potentially make Højbjerg a little bit expendable, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. I do know that there is a Premier League player who is currently with Southampton, and that's how you pronounce that. I think it's the same spelling. I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, someone will tell me. That's all I'm saying. But I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is. And then hopefully next year the tandem is Højbjerg and Werner with Linus Ullmark as the backup. And at that point we can get rid of our current backup, Anders Nilsson. But yeah, the goal, man, I didn't expect to stumble upon that. But all of a sudden, the goalie situation has drastically changed, and you could definitely argue for getting rid of a goalie. And to be honest, I might, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, that might be the right call. It might be best to just get rid of Nilsson and pick up a draft pick, have Ullmark be the backup, and we'll be good to go. Now, we wouldn't get an extremely high pick, but you know what? Let's revisit that in a minute. Defense, of course. Hampus Lindholm, Victor Hedman, Adam Larsson. Strong chance that if he's not better than an 85 by the start of the next season, that I get rid of him. You know, we have a couple of other half-decent prospects. We're definitely going to need a high-end, big-time prospect, but Liljegren and Rasmus Dahlin in the next 2 drafts, that's the plan. Forwards, as I actually just went to centers, but we have Eriksson Ek from there, Forsbacka Karlsson, Jonathan Dahlin are all right from there. It definitely drops off. We, of course, have Gabriel Landeskog. Again, it'd be nice if Montreal wanted to trade William Nylander, or if I think Edmonton has Rickard Rakell. They don't want to trade those players, so it makes even a 1-for-1 swap impossible. But aside from that, Grundstrom, Kempe, who's up to an 84, Asplund, who I just made sure to get into the lineup down in Ontario. We have some good pieces, is the point, but the rebuild is going to have to continue. None of these pieces, like, we could probably, you know, like, we could give up Jens Luke and a pick to get a better prospect, but it's like, is that really worth it? I'm not sure. That's the point, is I'm not sure what makes sense to give up. Like Grundstrom, Kempe, Asplund, we might as well just hold on to them and see how it goes, rather than, you know, it's like we could pair Asplund with like a 3rd or a 2nd and maybe get a high top 6 if we're lucky. Probably not. So that was the big issue. But now I'm just so fixated on goaltending here. I think it makes sense, as we're not planning to make the playoffs, to try and find a trade for Anders Nilsson. What I want to do, though, is find a cheap Swedish goaltender. And actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find one on the free agent list. I just want to make sure we get a backup so the game doesn't sign any more players down in Ontario for us. But let's see here. Westerholm, not sure. Let's see if we can send him. Excuse me. Let's see if we can send him out to Arizona for anything. Would be nice. I had a feeling we wouldn't get a 4th rounder. 5th or a 6th would be nice. And we get a 5th. I'm alright with that. I am alright with that. So let's find a Swedish goaltender that can be the 3rd string goalie down in Ontario for the rest of the year. Hopefully we can get this done quickly enough without going past deadline day. And we will look at trading Anders Nilsson for whatever the hell we can. So really quick, I'm just going to go by age. Nicholas Backstrom. I don't remember. I definitely want to say he's Swedish, but he might not be. I'm like 99% sure. And as it is, I don't think people... I mean, Johan Holmqvist definitely is. Tellqvist probably is. You know, I don't think people will care, even if I'm wrong. He's 39, whatever, right? Whatever. Who cares? Let's sign him to, yeah, that 2-way deal is fine. Actually, you know what? I'm going to sign him to a 1-year deal, or to a 1-way deal. I want to give him a max contract as well, just to give him a nice little severance package, as he will most definitely retire. And, yeah, that way we're still good cap-wise. But let's move forward. We play the Minnesota Wild. And how close are... Yeah, that's right. I thought so. I thought we were right there at the deadline. And he rejected. The league only allows 1 maximum... I did not know that. Well, shit. I learned something today. And there's a very strong chance that that could screw up my plans of getting a backup goalie or a 3rd string goalie down in Ontario. That could be very problematic. Which, man, part of me is like, oh, well, you could just restart the episode. I don't really want to do that. I feel like it's going well so far. So, Nicholas Backstrom, if you would please, I beg you, answer this offer quickly. Because we don't have much time. To the point where I'm probably going to have to trade Nilsson and then hope that he signs. That's pretty much the situation. Nilsson's actually going to play this game against the Calgary Flames, and then we're on deadline day. Is Backstrom going to answer quickly? No, he is not. All right. Oh, shit. That's not good. I might just sit Anders Nilsson then. Well, no, wait. I do have 5 goalies. Never mind. I'll be all right. I can trade him. We just need Backstrom to accept that deal. So where can we send him? Let's look at records. 31, 27 wins for Buffalo, 22 for Dallas and Edmonton. Sorry if I'm scrolling through this too quickly. 21 wins for Philly, 22 for Tampa. Let's go talk to the Philadelphia Flyers, as their goalie situation isn't incredible. They do have Felix Sandstrom, who I was looking at, and he was suggested, but I think we'll be all right without him, based on who we already have, especially now with the development of Adam Warner. Now, Philly doesn't want to trade any of their decent picks. The Lightning do, and that could be helpful. Will that go through? Because they want to get rid of the 2nd and they want Nilsson? It didn't, but we might still be able to make this work. So let me try, because that would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. Let's try another 5th round pick next year. I feel like it should be closer than what they're saying it is. I might be wrong on that. Will this go through? No, it won't. Shit. Shit. Oh, hard trade difficulty. Alright, we're close there, though. We are close there. So how about a 6th? I am more than alright with this. As are the Lightning. Beautiful. Anders Nilsson off to Tampa. We will call up Linus Ullmark. He'll be the backup for the rest of the season. And that way we can get Werner. And we'll probably start Adam Werner at this point. I mean, he's just on a tear in terms of progression. So let's, we can just change this on our own. Robin Lehner is the starter. And again, it is the one thing that sucks about free agency. I mentioned it before that it doesn't let you see. It doesn't let you scroll over far enough because they're not technically under contract to see what nation they're from. It is a little bit flawed and a little bit difficult. That was one of the major hurdles with Nations United back on NHL 16. But let's see here. High backup or medium starter? Let's go with Werner. Let's go with Werner. I thought Hoiberg would get the time. Let's go with Adam Werner, man. He is on a roll. We'll see what he can do. And then, like I said, Nicholas Backstrom will be the backup. He won't see the ice. He has signed, and again, that is just in case there's an injury. The game doesn't go out and sign a goalie for us because that can cause problems. Not as if I'm going best lines, though, in fairness, because it's already screwed up. But really quick. Really quick here. Landeskog can't play center. Burakovsky kind of can. As can Kempe. I'm going to put Burakovsky at center. Arvidsson on the right. I'm going to put Pontus Aberg up top. We'll have Eriksson Ek there. And then that third line's looking alright, but I do want Sundqvist on a higher line. So, who still has potential? Joachim Nordstrom, not really, for being honest here. So let's go. Who's had the better season? In fairness, they've all had half-decent seasons, but Victor Stahlberg is going to have to be the sacrifice to get Sundqvist up there. And there we go. There we go. We're looking all right, giving our youth players, or at least our younger players, a bit better of a chance to succeed. Let's go. Let's finish up our first season. Again, not too likely that we make the playoffs. I'm okay with that. It would make trading to end up with Liljegren that much easier. It will be interesting to see. And spoiler alert for Rebuilding Hockey Town, but if you're not following along with that series, what's the matter with you? Go check it out. It's been a fun series. But in that series, we witnessed Liljegren really drop down in the draft order, in the stock. He's progressed well for us after we went and reacquired him from Colorado anyway. But it'll be interesting, because there are certain players, as was asked about. Elias Anderson is in the draft. The other one was Pettersson, I believe. But the big-time Swedish prospects are in. I created them. They are available. So there's a strong chance we could end up with 2, maybe even 3 first-round picks if we're able to play our cards right. So it would be nice to only have to get like the 20th overall pick to end up with Liljegren. Apparently Linus Ullmark was in that entire time, which is good if I'm meaning to tank, which I kind of sort of am. So that's alright, but yeah, okay, Robin Lehner will play the next 3 games. That's fine by me. The Ontario Reign still have a fairly decent record despite not having the highest of overalls. So that is promising, as Rasmus Andersson goes down to injury immediately. Neat. Oh, good stuff. Good timing there, EA. But that is okay. Of course, we do have some guys scratched at the moment. We have Wickstrand, Norrell, and Lindholm as available players. Why can't I use the triggers to sort through? Both 22 high 7th, 23 high 7th. We might as well just play Wickstrand and get the better player in there. I'm alright with that. And you know what? Let's go with that combination right there. That looks a little bit better. Have Bengtsson up on the top pairing. Alright, one more game. I should have just switched out the goalies anyway, and probably should look at the auto-rotate goalies, but that's okay. We have 11 games left in this season. Pontus Aberg, by the way. Kempe dropped back down to an 82. Aberg, 23 points, a minus 11. Pretty disappointing, and no major progression from him. It'll be interesting to see what he eventually becomes through off-season progression. Did I turn it on? Because now Hoiberg's the starter. Adam Warner not doing... Did I turn it on? I must have already. I genuinely don't remember. And you know what? I'm too lazy to look. I may have turned it on. I could have sworn I had Werner as the starter. Maybe that's why I was kind of dumbfounded by Robin Lehner not being in goal. Maybe I already turned it on. You know what? I'm too lazy to look, and I don't really care. I don't really care. I'll take a look at some other point. For now, I just want to finish up the season because it is pretty much a guarantee that we're going to miss. So we'll sim through the postseason and take a look at the awards. Although, in saying that, we're only 6 points behind the Sharks. Arizona and Calgary are running away with this division. So if we're able to win some games here, you never know. We are on a 3-game winning streak. That's guaranteed to end because I said that. No, apparently not. We beat Winnipeg. All right. Now, if we could hit 40 wins, that'd be nice. But then again, the point is to kind of tank. It's tough for me to root against success. It's regardless of what the goal is, it is always nice to win. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Crazier things have happened, like in rebuilding Hockeytown, where we sold everything and still made the playoffs. You never know. You never know. Game against the New York Rangers is a 2-1 victory. Very, very nice. A 5-1 victory over Edmonton. The Stockholm Kings are catching fire and are 4 points behind the Ducks. There's one wild card spot in this division. We are very much in the playoff race. And Linus Ullmark was in, but he was supposed to be. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I am not sure. We have 7 games to go. 7 games to go. Let's see what happens here. We lose in the shootout. I swear the auto-rotate goalies must be on at this point. I am going to go check for the hell of it. I don't remember where to look. It is on. All right, well, there you go. I turned it back on. I'm going to turn it off because it's distracting me. I wasn't ready for it. Excuse me. I just wasn't ready for it. Wasn't expecting it to be on. I don't know if I like it to be on because I do kind of like the opportunity to go and look at the lineup to see maybe if we should change up the forward lines at all. It's habitual for me at this point. The bright side, the positive, would be to have it auto-rotate the AHL goalies. But I'm not all that concerned. Let's see here. Our last home game of the year is against Chicago. And I mention that because I do want to showcase... I mean, the jerseys aren't that impressive. I mean, I did remake the Ericsson Globe for the home arena, which I felt like came out pretty well. And yes, it does have... For those that know of the Ericsson Globe, it does have red seats, so it looks pretty goddamn weird to have a team with the blue and the yellow. But Dennis Rasmussen goes down to injury. So let's bump Victor Stahlberg back up. And then on the 4th line, do I want to put in Wanstrom? Yes, I do. And we should be good lineup-wise. Yes, we are. Could call up Lindbergh, Forsbach, or Carlson. I'm not too concerned. It is a fourth line spot after all. But there's our 40th win of the year. We did hit 40 wins. Not too bad. We've won 3 in a row. And now we face the Chicago Blackhawks. What is the playoff situation looking like? We are 1 point back of a playoff spot. Oh my God. There is a very realistic chance that we could make it. That is insane. Alright, well, Allmark, oh boy, Leonard. See, that's why I'm glad I signed Backstrom. Backstrom's going to have to be called up, and he's going to have to be the backup. Otherwise, there's a chance that Leonard could be injured sitting on the bench, as we've seen in other series, and that's just a mess that I don't want to deal with. So Backstrom is going to be the backup, and he's Finnish. I was wrong. I had a feeling he might be Finnish, but fuck it, right? Who cares? Come on, who cares? He's the backup goalie, whatever. I do feel pissed about getting that wrong. I knew that he was fucking Finnish, but part of me is like, look at the name, Swedish maybe. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mistakes like that are going to happen. Because the bottom line is I'm not going to sit here and look on my laptop or my phone every fucking time. So mistakes like that might happen. If they do, meh. Know that my intentions are pure. Anyway, I'm going to take this opportunity, the last home game of the year, to showcase the jerseys. Although there's potential that we could do it in a playoff situation. But I'm going to do it here. So let's sim to the end of the first. It's a 2-2 game. Lander and Wanstrom, the fourth line, getting it done. But Zucker and Petrovic score for Chicago. Landeskog made it 3-2. Nielsen tied it. And then Pontus Aberg made it a 4-3 game. Let's sim to the end of this third period. I'm hoping we're winning by more than a goal. That would be nice. But, man, of course, Michael Raffl. I really wanted us to have the lead. Ryan Kessler scores. Great. Alright, well, let's see what happens then, I guess. Landeskog brings us back to within 1. 41 seconds to go. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. That is the home jersey. Kind of a recreation of one of the jerseys they've been wearing. Their real jerseys, the double stripe is above the elbow. But I don't feel like it's too bad. And the away jersey is the yellow inverse. I didn't work on the alternate at all. I didn't work on the alternate because it's not like we see these jerseys too often anyway. But yeah, there you have it. Those are the jerseys. We will wear the blue. And I didn't plan on this, but I guess we'll jump into the game really quick. Screw it. We'll get to showcase the Ericsson Globe a little bit. And potentially maybe save a team for our point. Maybe save a point for our team, and as a result, potentially make the playoffs. But let me pause here really quick. Let me go to instant replay as you get a look at the Ericsson Globe. You got the red seats and everything, the red everything, basically. You get the blue trim, though. You get the center ice logo. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a nice looking arena. It is just funny with the red and then the color clash, of course, with the blue and yellow jerseys. But let's do this. Let's see if we can salvage a point here. Well, actually, that's right. Landeskog. Oh, Landeskog tied it. I thought we were still down. Andre Burakovsky almost broke through. Arturi Lekkinen. Lindholm. Hedman just bombed it. Oh, for the deflection. There it was. And a big save from John Gibson. All right. For some reason, I thought they were still up 5-4. Did I miss a goal? I have no idea. I was just so focused on the timer. Quick shot from Aberg. Deflects wide. I got to admit, there's something really cool about playing with this team and these jerseys. I'm really digging this. Eriksson Ek to Aberg. Can he make the turn? Yes, he can. Pontus Aberg stepping in, and not a chance. Gibson read it. Finds Eriksson Ek. Can't get the shot off. Adam Larsson does. Kempe is there. What a save. Get it to the point for Christian Folin. Deflection. Aberg, another chance at the whistle. At the horn. A huge final push from the Stockholm Kings, but John Gibson shuts the door. We pick up a pity point, which is nice in case they just step down and take a shot. But we are going to overtime. It actually has Wanstrom out here. I did forget to put Rasmussen back into the lineup. So let's see. Hedman, Lindholm. That was rough. Terrible turn from Lindholm. Victor Hedman. Let's see what we can do here. To Wanstrom, the 71 overall. Wanstrom, the quick chance. Not happening. Hedman gets slashed. Can't recover. It's a double minor. We're going to be on the power play for the rest of the overtime. Beautiful. Landeskog and Eriksson Ek are out. It's Lucas Sedlak taking the draw. He gets a little bit of help. Eriksson Ek can't get the pass away. Jake McCabe with the pressure. Larson recovers. Eriksson Ek. Larson apparently got drilled. And he gets slashed. It's, oh my God. So is it a 5-on-3? It's a 5-on-3, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh my God. A 5-on-3 for the Kings. Let's do this. Landeskog, quick shot goes wide. Eriksson Ek. Not like I have any of my settings. Quick shot from Hedman. No pressure. Not like I have any of my settings on or anything. So we're at least on shooting for the power play. Eriksson Ek for Landeskog, and I hate the face-offs in this fucking game. The tie-up is just garbage. Klaus Dahlbeck out on the power play for some reason. Let's see what we can do. He loses it for no reason. Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson circles back. Klaus Dahlbeck, the shot. Save from Gibson, and Irwin is able to clear. Yeah, you can stay right there, Allmark. Whoop, we meant to pull back and pass. That's not what I'm meaning to do. I'm just trying to pull back like that. There you go. We'll hit Landeskog. Gabriel Landeskog tries to drop back. Marco Dano says no, and this is going horribly. It would have helped if I didn't have to waste 35 seconds by the game screwing me off of a pullback, but let's see here. Andre Burakovsky. Joachim Nordstrom tries to pull across. Burakovsky for Nordstrom. Save by Gibson. John Gibson standing on his head. Burakovsky, Wanstrom, and Nordstrom. Wanstrom wins it. Didn't expect Nordstrom to intercept it, and that is going to cost us. I don't know why he didn't let it go back to the defense. Victor Hedman. Burakovsky. I wanted to hit Wanstrom. Hedman. Burakovsky. And Wanstrom is just not doing anything. Well, this has gone pretty terribly. I expected a little bit better, especially a 5-on-3 as well. Marco Dano's done incredible for them. Wanstrom wins the draw. Not much help. Petrovic, that's going to get cleared. Lindholm at least recovers. Finds Victor Arvidsson. Victor Arvidsson on the turn. Save by Gibson. Hedman to Wanstrom. My God. John Gibson is an animal. We still have a minute to go. Victor Hedman leading the rush. Wanstrom. What can he do? Finds Hedman, pulls backhand, and Victor Hedman wins it. The playoff dream is alive at the Globe. The Stockholm Kings take it, and they take that extra point as well. The end of this is going to be interesting. A 2-goal night for Gabriel Landeskog. Not too bad at all. So you have it. The jerseys, which I honestly think look pretty nice. It was pretty fun controlling Sweden. Hopefully there's a few situations when we're winning Stanley Cups I can join in at the end of the game. But let's see here. We have one game left. We are currently in a wild card spot. San Jose have fallen off. But we have to play the Anaheim Ducks in the last game of the season. Robin Lehner is fully healthy. We're in that wild card spot. A win, and we're probably in. Unbelievable. So let's see here. We need to take Wanstrom out for, what's his face? Dennis Rasmussen. So let's do that. And then defensively, we're fine. Larson at least went up a point too. And then we take out Nicholas Backstrom. Let's get Robin Lehner there. Allmark as the backup. And let's see. Will we make the playoffs? is this team a playoff team? We really struggled after trading away those players in the last episode, but we've really picked up our game as of late. In the Central, 95 points for Winnipeg. They're locked in. They are locked in. They have clinched a playoff spot at 95 points. We're in. We're flat out in. It's over. The Stockholm Kings have made it. The Sharks have already played. I must have missed it up top where it said it. The Sharks have already played their full 82. We are in. It's just a matter of seeding. If we end up tying Anaheim in points, we have the tiebreaker. It would require a win and a loss for them. We'd have the tiebreaker on Anaheim, I do believe. We'd have more wins and regulation plus overtime wins, unless it's losses. I can't remember the exact order. But we're going dancing. We are in the playoffs. How the hell do you like that? Again, might put a little bit of a damper on some of our chances to get some high-end players here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win. The Ducks did. So we are in the second wildcard spot. We're going to have to play Calgary in the first round. The 50-win Calgary Flames. But we are in. We have made the playoffs in our first season. I told you, anything is possible. But as you get a look at the bracket, Colorado, Nashville, St. Louis, and Winnipeg, Arizona, Anaheim, we play the Flames. And then in the East, we have the Devils, Islanders, Jackets, Rangers, Bruins, Sens, Maple Leafs, and Caps. How do you like that? How do you like that? So let's take a look at our stats, the league-wide stats, and that'll be it for this episode. So we make the playoffs. Very, very interesting. Goals for per game, always an interesting stat. And we were in the top half of the league, so our offense did fairly well. Our goaltending, however, towards the top of goals against per game. Perhaps not a huge surprise. Our power play, lower end towards the middle of the road. Our penalty kill, also towards the middle of the road, the lower end. So we'll have to definitely, now that we're in, double check our special teams units just to make sure that we have the best setup. But Victor Hedman willed this team to the playoffs. 79 points in 82 games. Victor Arvidsson, my God, should probably be higher rated. He should probably be an 86 or an 87 starting. I can fully admit to that. But 65 points, 58 for Burakovsky, 58 for Landeskog. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the Landeskog pick. And we'll check out Rickard Rakell. We'll absolutely check out Rickard Rakell. But I still feel like that's a decent pick because of how well-rounded of a player he is. Should I have picked Rakell? Probably. But let's take a look at Montreal, the home of William Nylander, who finished with 50 points in 82 games. Not too bad for him. Of course, he was on a team with Ovechkin and Giroux. And then I believe Rakell was on Edmonton. Yes, he was. 51 points in 82 games. Also playing with the likes of potentially James Neal or Mark Stone. So, again, we might get Nylander in the future. We might get Rakell in the future. It's going to take a couple of years. The Landeskog pick, it's not as terrible as everyone's making it out to be. Joachim Nordstrom, holy shit, 55 points in 82 games. Rasmussen with 43. Incredible. Incredible. And they probably just sealed themselves a spot on this team for seasons. Or, they're going to get a contract from me. They absolutely earned it. Sundqvist with 33 points. Eriksson Ek with 32. Not bad at all for a 20-year-old. Kempe with 28. I'm all right with that. Lander, not terrific. Aberg, not terrific. Stahlberg, not terrific. Anton Rodin didn't do too much for us. And honestly, I might scratch him and call up somebody younger. We will have to see. But overall, a shocking season as we make the playoffs. Goaltending, a .913 for Robin Lehner. That's not good enough, and we know that. Of course, there was a lot of debate. Maybe I should have gone with Henrik Lundqvist. We went for Lehner because of the potential as a medium elite goalie to maybe make it to just shy of a 90. Time will tell. But for now, he absolutely needs to be better. Let's look league-wide at the stats. The wins leader was Martin Jones. Tuukka Rask there as well. Tuukka ended up on Calgary. Okay, well, we'll be seeing him in the first round. But let's see here. Let's see. Where is Henrik Lundqvist? There he is. He went to Detroit. He's currently injured. He played 47 games with a .926 save percentage. It's not like I said he was terrible. They actually have equal trade values. When I was doing my scouting, I saw that. But, yeah, I mean, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. It would be nice to have him on our team right about now. But getting a look at the points, 3 players broke 100 points. 106 for Kane, 104 for Tarasenko, and 100 even for Ovechkin. Tarasenko absolutely won the scoring race, or the goal-scoring race directly, with 51 goals. Brad Marchand, 94 points. Galchenyuk with 93, up to a 90. Tried to fight that off, I'm sorry. I tried. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. JVR's up there. No Connor McDavid. There you are. Okay, 80 points for Boston. Not too bad, I do suppose. But then Hedman there. Daniel Sedin had a great season for New Jersey. Let's take a look at the rookie race before moving on. Austin Matthews, 74 points. 71 for Mitch Marner. It looks like Matthews' race because Patrick Laine only 48 points in Philly. Austin Matthews, probably like he will in real life, looking like he has that Calder racked up. Rookie goalie Stolarz did play quite a bit for Winnipeg, but I would be shocked, that is for sure. And actually, down in the AHL for the Ontario Reign, their season's not over, but Daniels are decent. Just wanted to get a quick look at some of the names. Guys, I fully expected the sim to the end of the postseason to take a look at the awards and have the next episode be a draft. As it turns out, that's not what's happening at all. We're going to the playoffs. We're playing Calgary in the first round. We might get stomped, but we're going. We are going. Bittersweet. Cool to make the playoffs, but bittersweet to know that it's going to be that much more difficult of a draft now. But I think we'll be okay. And talking about potentially calling somebody up, I think Anton Rodin will stick around on that fourth line. This team is good to go. You could argue having Nordstrom and Rasmussen. There might be some lineup changes. Because you could definitely argue having the third line as the second line, or even dropping Kempe and Aberg and having Eriksson Ek with Rasmussen and Nordstrom. Or maybe we just keep the team the same, because this lineup is what helped the team catch fire and make the playoffs to begin with. Hoiberg dropped down to a 74. That is disappointing. Anyway, I don't want this video to go on any longer. Guys, we're in the playoffs. I'm partially excited. I hope you guys are too. Should be interesting to see what happens. We'll probably get smoked by Calgary. We'll take a look at their roster in the next episode. But until then, guys, if you've enjoyed this one, of course, make sure to hit that like button to help support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series and others. Of course, we got franchise modes going on. We got Be a Pros going on. We got Ultimate Team Series going on. Fun things are happening. Great things are happening on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time.